I would love your opinion on this matter because I think it's something that happens a lot in beekeeping and a lot of people might have different opinions on it. So I would like for you to leave a comment and tell me what your opinion about this is. The best way I can describe it is somebody left a comment on one of my YouTube videos and they asked this question. And so I thought it would make a great video for us all to get involved in it and discuss it. So it's about somebody who is, looks like they've been keeping bees for about a year, I think, a year and a half. And so now they're being kind of like in a position where new beekeepers are asking them questions and they're wondering if they know enough or should they be answering those questions with that minimal amount of experience. Let's jump right into it. By the way, hi, I'm David Burns. Good to be with you. All right, so this is what they say. Mr. Burns, what do you think about this? Really considered a year and a half a short amount of time, but you've gathered a lot of information that is factual. Now, you're the new beekeeper for about a year or so, and the newer beekeeper just started asking you questions. So you think I should be teaching someone something I haven't done before is mainly my concern. And everything I know about beekeeping I've learned from you or Bob Beanie and several books I've been reading. I have a few new people asking me questions and I don't know if I should be answering. I just need your opinion on what you think about teaching something you haven't done before yourself. And my hive is bursting at the seams with healthy honeybees. I'm so pleased. Thanks for your help. Good luck and stay warm. All right, so here's a good question, right? And it's really a good thing for us to discuss. What do you do if you're sort of new to beekeeping? New or not maybe, but you're being asked about things, but you've never done it before. Should you be teaching people? Now, you leave a comment what you think about it, and I would love to hear this. Now, I've been beekeeping for 30 years now, and I have kind of like, I don't know if I've done everything in beekeeping, but I think so. I've done a lot. And so I don't know if there's anything I haven't done. So I feel like that's why I'm able to make videos and I help you guys understand things because I've done them before. However, I'm sure there's things I haven't done before in beekeeping, right? And so if I'm in a position where I haven't done that, I would tell you, I don't know, I've never done that before. Now, you know, sometimes you ask me about certain treatments and I've not used those treatments before. So I can tell you what I know about that treatment, what I learned from the company that makes it or whatever, but I can't tell you how it worked for me. And I'm usually very transparent in all those things. I'll say I've never done that before. People send me products to show you guys and promote their products on my video, which I hardly ever do because unless I have a chance to use it and I fall in love with it, I don't see the need just to be promoting stuff all the time. I want to help you guys become better beekeepers. But let's get back to this question. So what if somebody asks you a question and you've only been keeping bees a year and a half and they want to know, they want you to teach them something, how to do something that you've never done. So what I did was I asked several people that I respect. I asked my friend, Dr. John Zavishlock, good friend of mine. I asked him this same question. I want to get his opinion. And of course, I asked the person's opinion that I value the most in the world, and that's my wife, Sherry. And then I asked some other people too. And all of them said, no. If you have never done it, you should not be telling somebody else how to do it. And all of them, all the people that I talked to, they gave me illustrations that I thought were really good. You know, I remember one of them said it would be like a child teaching another child how to drive a car, even though both of them have never driven a car before. And I thought, well, that's a good illustration. I like that. And then another one said it'd be like a heart surgeon who has never done any heart surgery at all, but saying, I'll walk you through, or I'll do the heart surgery. It's just, if you don't have the experience, it's really hard to feel comfortable, I guess, and answer people's questions. Now, I thought of this angle. I don't have a problem if you've been keeping bees a year and a half. I think there's a lot you can do to teach people beekeeping after only a year and a half. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking, and I'll circle back to this in a minute. Minimal information. I'll come back to this. But hear me out, okay? I like that term, hear me out. But let's say that somebody's a brand new beekeeper. They've been keeping bees a year and a half, and they know a lot. They've watched YouTube videos. They've read books. So they know things like what a queen looks like, how to tell the difference between, a worker, a queen, and a drone. They know the difference between a honeycomb, an empty comb, a frame of pollen. They know what a mite looks like. They have a pretty good grasp of bee biology. Now, I think in that case, they could relay the information that they read or found in books or something. They can relay that, and they can teach that because it's information. It doesn't mean you have to have experience necessarily to pass on information. But this question is more about, if I've never done it before, should I be teaching others how to do it? So that's the difference. And that's where I want to circle back and say, I think sometimes there are those in beekeeping that begin showing, teaching, explaining things, or mentoring other people before they've had the longevity of experience that gives them the ability to really know exactly what they're talking about based on experience of having done it, having experienced it before, okay? For example, let's say somebody has never marked a queen before, and now somebody goes to them and said, hey, can you teach me, can you show me how to mark a queen? Now, I think it would be fair for them to say, honestly, I've never done it before. I've been wanting to learn. I've watched David on some of his YouTube videos do it. But be honest with you, I've never done it. But together, maybe we can both figure it out. That's different. I mean, that seems like something that would be okay to do, because you're admitting you don't know how to do it. You're admitting you've never done it. And you are wanting, you're admitting that you're going to risk learning and killing the queen too altogether. So in that case, I think if someone's a new beekeeper, a year and a half or so, and they have the opportunity to learn something alongside of somebody else, when it's presented that way, I feel like that's perfectly legit. I think that's fine. I don't think it's right if you are telling people how to do things and yet you yourself have never done it. I mean, I can't think of an example where that is ever a good thing. First of all, if you've never done it, how can you precisely and accurately convey how to do it? Perhaps you can. And one of the conferences that I recently spoke at, one of the conference speakers really was perturbed that somebody was at a conference that hadn't been keeping bees very long, and yet they had the opportunity to be in front of a lot of beekeepers, and they were talking like they knew all the stuff, right? And that really bothered him. He said in front of all of us that he didn't like that. So I understand what people are saying when they say things like that. But here's the deal. Another little caveat is sometimes new beekeepers that have been keeping bees less than 5 years or so are kind of closer to the struggles that new beekeepers are going through. Because as we keep bees a long time, we forget what those early days of beekeeping is like. Now, am I saying that all new beekeepers need to keep bees a year and start teaching? No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying I understand that we have to make kind of a better effort that those of us that have been beekeeping a long time, that we forget that some people don't even know what to call different, words of frames or boxes, all the terminologies that we have in beekeeping. And it's really when we start to teach new beekeepers, they're confused already because we're using things that we think beekeepers all already know. And so we have to kind of keep that in perspective and tone it down when we're speaking to new beekeepers. But on the other hand, there is a problem when people that do not have the experience take a position and they've never done it before, but they take a position and they take a hard line approach and they speak with certainty about a certain thing, and it's kind of their way or the highway. They speak with certainty about something, or they present it like it's firsthand information to them, like they discovered it and they know for sure that it works because they discovered it firsthand, when it's not firsthand at all. So I would like to hear your opinion. I'd like for you to leave a comment. And basically, I'd like to hear your comment on if somebody who has been keeping bees, let's say less than 2 years, and they haven't done certain things in beekeeping, like they've never made a split, should they be telling other people how to make a split? If somebody has never raised queens, actually gone out and done it, should they be telling other people how to raise queens? If somebody has never put up a swarm trap and caught swarms, should they be telling other people how to do it? That's the question. Leave a comment. I want to just kind of wrap my head around it based on some more opinions. And imagine that. Are we able to get opinions from people off the internet? Is that a new concept? I'm sure that the comments should fill up pretty quickly, right? You got to weigh in on this discussion because it is relevant. I want to finish this by saying I've always said if you're picking a mentor, and I've said this long before I read this comment, but if you're choosing somebody to help you in beekeeping, pick somebody who has done it for at least 10 years, a decade. Ask them right out. Have you kept bees for 10 years continually? Not, I did it once in 2006 and I did it, 20 years later in 2026. Not that kind of 10 years. I'm talking about 10 years in the field, 10 years in combat with bees. And that's what you want to find out. The reason I say that, and I've explained this before, is that usually after 10 years of continually keeping bees, you have seen almost everything there is to see. You have enough experience under your belt to speak pretty wisely to all matters beekeeping, okay? In EAS, Eastern Apicultural Society, we have a Master Beekeeper program. It's the oldest in the world. It's the longest running, oldest Master Beekeeper certification program. It's through Eastern Apicultural Society. It started at Cornell University under Roger Morse, and EAS took it over. I think he started it in 1978, and EAS took it over in 1981, and we still do it. I am the field team leader. My committee puts together the field tests. Dr. David Peck, who's been on our live stream a lot, he puts together the written tests and the lab tests, and Dorinda Preby puts together the oral tests. But I'm saying all of that because in order to apply, and you should, we're taking applications now, you have to have 5 years of experience before you can apply. Because we feel that minimally, we always say a minimum of 5 years, because we feel like you have to at least have kept bees 5 continual years, and that way you have probably the experience you need to start making progress and taking these tests and passing them. But I think 10 years to be a mentor, because now you're really teaching other people. So that is my position in what I feel about mentors. Does it mean that you can't mentor somebody after you've been beekeeping a few years? No, because, to mentor somebody, you really only need to know more than they know. I've heard that before. But then again, the thing I want to say is, as long as you're honest and you're telling them, I've only had 2 years experience, I don't have my mind fully wrapped around it like some beekeepers, but I'll help you with what I know. That's different, okay? So there's a lot of little ways that we can approach this. And again, leave your comments. I'd like to hear your opinion on this to help answer this question. Well, it's finally warming up and I'm gonna leave here and start feeding my bees again, liquid 1-to-1 with my additives, get them going good for the spring. And if you're thinking about splitting your hives, which I'm gonna have to do really soon, probably in the next 4 weeks, I imagine, maybe 5. Some of you further south are already making splits. I made a video on how to split your hives. It's gonna be real thorough. Take a look at it. I'll see you guys over here.